Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In my last video, the LG G4 review, I spoke about how bad the LG TV UI is. Well, in this video, I want to address that. I want to take you through some of the steps that I've done to ensure I've removed some of the clunkiness and fixed some of the UI problems I had. If you like this type of video, please do let me know in the comments. And if you stay behind towards the end, I've got a bonus tip that will take you by surprise. I'm also very close to my 500 subscribers, so if you do like what you're watching, please do subscribe. The options can sort of take you by surprise. There's just so many things that are moving on. But in order to sort of declutter this, what you have to do is you have to sort of find where these options are. This is where LG, when I said LG is force feeding these things on the users, they try to hide these options of sort of navigating stuff. In this, my Fire Stick is just randomly just coming up. Declutter this, you have to scroll all the way down towards the end of the screen, and then you get two options, one to go back or an edit. So if you come to the edit, you're then presented with an option where you can reorder how you want some of these informations. You can't really get rid of it, but you can reorder them. So in this instance, as you can see, I'm reordering some of the stuff that I don't like to see towards the bottom. I don't really care about the TV, so TV and the free TV options. What I do really care about is the popular cinema and what's streaming now. In this example, I put the editor's pick, but we can just remove that. And then what I want to do is I want to also, I'm not a big fan of those little bars at the top with music, home hub, accessibility and sport. So the way how you can get rid of it is by hitting the edit button and then simply hitting plus on your remote and then selecting. Every time you hit the plus, you select the arrow and then click OK. It will start moving those options away from that panel. And once you leave the panel, hit close, and you'll be presented with a screen that says edit the card list, but it's okay, it's removed that. For me at least, it's decluttered that. Then we look at how we want to edit or remove some of the apps that we downloaded. So when you go onto the app icon, you'll be presented with some apps you've got the bin icon. So what you need to do is, in this menu, we've gone inside the App Stores tab. So when you click on those four dots, it takes you into the App Store. And within the App Store, you're presented an opportunity to delete the apps that you downloaded. Sometimes there are apps that get downloaded even if you press it by accident. In this example, I've got Rakuten and quite a few remote services that have been downloaded onto the TV by mistake. In order to delete that, you have to click those three dots and go all the way down to Manage App. Once you're in the Manage App screen, you'd be given option to delete by hitting the bin icon. So any of the apps that you don't want, you just keep coming down, select the bin icon and then hit delete. Obviously, they won't let you delete every single one of them, as there are some apps that have been preloaded onto the TV, but it still helps just removing some things that you're not interested in. This way, you're removing stuff that are taking up the background resources from your TV, and hopefully the TV will be, the idea is to make sure that the TV is smoother. LG also allows you to lock certain apps and certain input types, which I think is really good, especially if you share your TV with quite a lot of people in the house and you don't want anyone going through, or let's call it, on top of getting rid of unwanted applications and unwanted menus and cards from the UI, you can also go into the general settings within the TV to sort of apply some safety settings to your TV. What we're talking about is, for example, there are some apps that you don't want some of your kids to open, or there are some input types that you don't want your kids to open. You can password lock some of those. For example, in this example, what we are seeing is if you come onto the system settings, you'd get the safety feature there. Select the safety feature and then enable the function. Just like that. So without enabling it, you're not able to click on them. If you enable it, you have to give a password. Mine's just a generic password. I've just not done anything with this because I tend to open this up. But once you enabled it, you can lock any of the apps that you want, or you can even stop people from watching programs of certain ages. I think that's only applicable if you are watching like Netflix, which passes on the information, or if you're watching a few things through the LG channels. In this example, we're looking at some of the stuff that I don't want. So let's go and lock some of the apps behind a pin code. So here I'm locking the LG channels. and I get a prompt saying this comes to, I've locked the LG channel, and I'm also going to go and lock the sports, and that's about it for me. You can also lock all if you want, but I think that's a bit too much. And then you can also lock the inputs. In this example, we're going to lock the HDMI 3 only. So let's have a look at how this shows up on the TV. So once you hit back, things gets refreshed. I'm actually editing. I'm actually trying to hide a lot of the LG channels. So here I am, just applying locks across all the LG TVs. This is just for the example for this video, but if you want to do it, you can do it. The options are there. So once I've exited out, you just scroll all the way down and just have a look. You see a lock icon on the apps that you've locked. So I've got the lock icon on the LG and Sport. So if you want to click on them, it has the lock icon, and you need to put the password that you've selected. Unfortunately, the HDMI 3 I've locked is not there, mainly because I've not got anything connected to the HDMI 3 output. If I have connected something to the HDMI 3 output, then you'd see a lock in there. I'm trying to figure out myself where the things are, but at the moment, I'm not successful. In the Home Hub menus, you can click on connecting mobile devices, and it's pretty straightforward in terms of how to connect it. Once you connect it, you can select the devices and follow the steps. You connect the mobile devices that way. If you got any ThinQ devices, you connect. In this example, I've got fridge and my washer connected. One other thing I wanted to share is from the home screen, if you hit the back button, it takes you back to the recent list. So you can actually hit the back button and then say, these are the apps that you watched, and that allows you to sort of switch between some of the apps. There's even a better way to do this. So let's delete all of this quickly from the recent list. And then now I'm just going to open Apple Music. As that is opening, I'm just going to hit back and go and open another app. I'm going to also open Netflix. Now, once I've opened Apple Music and Netflix, now if I hold the home icon or the back icon, it will take the back icon shows you there's 2 recent apps in there. But as you see, I've just switched between 2 of the apps without actually going to the menu by holding on to the home button. So if you just hold on to the home button, it will switch from the previous app to the other, which I think is super cool. And just because you stayed all the way through to the end of the video, I'm going to show you the bonus tip, which is when you have the YouTube app open, typically when you want to search something, you have to hit back. But with this TV, what you can do is you can hit the yellow button on your remote, and you'll be able to search the things that you want to watch as you're watching the video. So in this example, I'm watching a video, and then I hit the yellow button, and as soon as I hit the yellow button, you see, once I hit the yellow button, the search bar will pop up and the video is playing at the back, but you are able to sort of search anything that you want. And as you search it, you are presented with some of the UI. Any of the video you want, you could just play from there without having to hit back. So this would really help you. It's just a seamless transition in terms of watching a video, searching something while you have things running in the background, instead of having to go back into the menus and start searching again. This is a very nice way to actually watch a video. I would also recommend you to set up the multi-screen setup. So the way how you set up multi-screen is going to the settings and select the multi-screen option. Once you select the multi-screen option, if it's the first time, you're going to get options like this, but there's also recommended combinations. If you want to use the recommended combinations, feel free to do so. These are predefined by LG themselves, but we could also set something up ourselves. So in this example, I've got YouTube and I've got my HDMI to eARC. So if you are connecting video and display through that would be 2 video outputs, and then you can also connect your camera. So this is really good if you are listening to music via Apple Music, watching a gym instructor, as well as you having you watch yourself doing workouts. In this example, I'm selecting 2 sources myself. So I've gone with the HDMI 2, and I'm also going to go with so I've selected YouTube, and I'm also going to select HDMI 2 in this option. So that's the two screens, and you can see the output side by side. And if you hit select, you'll be able to get the menus that you want. I think that's really good. So once you have them set up, you can save these combinations, and you can always go back to these combinations whenever you want. I use it mainly when I'm playing games. When I'm playing FIFA, I've still got enough screen space, and then watch YouTube on the side. Or if you have to share TV with somebody, if you're in the unfortunate situation to share TV with someone like that, these things can help. But please make sure that only one screen can have the audio, so you have to keep switching if you do want the audio, which is why for me when I play, I don't worry about sound. So this can also be Apple Music, this can be whatever you want this to be. Anyway, if you did enjoy that, please give me a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. I'm so close to the 500 subscribers. It would mean everything to me. Thank you so much.